If I got something that you need, come and get it. What I got you get for free. Don't forget it. Ice cream, movies, red wine, call me, and I'll be there in about 15. And I'll take you down to Malibu. I wanna run away with you. It doesn't matter what we do.
Hi, I am Sophia, and I want to ask you something. Have you ever wondered about planes? Well, today I will present to you an introduction to aviation.
First off is the history of flight. In the year 1500s, there's a man named Leonardo da Vinci. He is an Italian polymath of the High Renaissance who was active as a painter, draughtsman, engineer, scientist, theorist, sculptor, and architect. He proposed sketches of flying machines. These machines are bird-like wings, and it was called ornithopter wings. He proposed the usage of artificial wings, but his ideas were flawed. In the year 1655, a mathematician, physicist, and inventor Robert Hooke concluded that the body is not strong enough to fly artificial wings. I mean, can you fly that thing? I don't think so. In the year 1783, two brothers, Joseph and Etienne Montgolfier, invented the first hot air balloon that carried humans aloft on November 21 of 1783. And ladies and gentlemen, the first manned hot air balloon flew for 23 minutes. After this invention, Professor Jacques Charles, a French mathematician, physicist, and inventor, was the first to ascend a hydrogen balloon. So right after the hot air balloon, 10 days later, the first gas air balloon fly in the air. In 1843, William Samuel Hansen designed a huge monoplane propelled by steam engine that was located inside the fuselage. This monoplane was called the Aerial Steam Carriage, which was published in 1843. But as practicing to fly, it was incapable of flight since it doesn't have sufficient power due to the heaviness of the steam engine. Few years later, in 1849, Sir George Cayley, an engineer pioneer of aerial navigation and aeronautical engineering, designed the first successful glider to carry a human being. He also discovered the basic principles on which the modern science of aeronautics is found, built what is recognized as the first successful flying model, and tested the first full-size man-carrying aircraft. He was also called the father of aerial navigation. Next, a man named Otto Lilienthal. He began to design and build gliders, and between the year 1891 and 1896, he completed a number of 2,000 flights in at least 16 distinct glider types. Finally, in 1903, Wilbur and Orville Wright, an American brothers, inventors, and aviation pioneers, achieved the first powered, sustained, and controlled airplane flight, and the airplane was called the Flyer. Now that you have known the history of flight, let us now go to the major components of an aircraft. An aircraft has 5 major components. This includes the power plant, landing gear, the wing, empennage, and fuselage. First off, fuselage. This is the central body of an airplane and is designed to accommodate the crew, passengers, and cargo. It also provides the structural connection for the wings and tail assembly. The second part are the wings. When it comes to planes, the number of wings may vary depending on the type of the plane. Planes with single set of wings are referred to as monoplanes, while those planes with 2 sets of wings are called biplanes. Wings have a 2-wing structure. The first one is the semi-cantilever wing, wherein the planes that have this type of structure has external struts or wires connected from the fuselage to the wings. The second structure is called the full cantilever. This type of structure doesn't have external braces or wire connected. There is also 3 principal structural parts of the wing. These three are the ribs, spar, and stringers. Wing ribs determine the shape and thickness of the wing. Ribs are structural cross pieces that combine with the spars and stringers to make up the framework of the wing. The spar carries flight loads and the weight of the wings while on the ground. The spar is often the main structural member of the wing, running spanwise at the right angles to the fuselage. The stringers run spanwise and attach between the rib. Their purpose is to serve as structural components that transfer loads and stresses. There are also control surfaces on the wings. These are the ailerons and flaps. Ailerons are extended from the midpoint of each wing outward tip, and flaps are extended outward from the fuselage to near the midpoint of each wing. Now we go to the next part of an aircraft, the empennage. The empennage consists of rudder, elevator, and trim tabs. The rudder is attached to the back of the vertical stabilizer. During flight, it is used to move the plane's nose left and right. The elevator is attached to the back of the horizontal stabilizer, and it is used to move the nose of the airplane up and down during flight. Trim tabs is a small, movable portions of the trailing edge of the control surface. Now let's go to the next part of an aircraft, the landing gear. The landing gear is the principal support of the airplane when taxiing, taking off, or landing. There are three most common types of landing gear. These are floats, wheels, and skis. Floats are used when airplanes are landing in the water. This prevents the plane from sinking when it lands in the water. Skis are used when planes are landing in snow, and wheels are used when landing on concrete ground or hard surfaces. Landing gears consist of three wheels, two main wheels, and a third wheel positioned either at the front or rear of the airplane. Tricycle gear has a single nose wheel in the front and two or more wheels slightly at the center of gravity, while conventional landing, which is also called tail wheel type landing gear, consists of two main wheels forward of the center of gravity and a small wheel at the back to support the tail. And the last major component of an aircraft is the power plant. The power plant includes engine, propeller, and cowling. The main function of the engine is to provide power to turn the propeller. The engine also provides electrical power and source of heat for the pilot and passengers. The engine is covered by cowling. A cowling is used to streamline the flow of air around the engine and to help cool the engine by ducting the air around the cylinders. The propeller that is mounted on the front of the engine translates the rotating force of the engine into thrust in order to move the plane forward. Now that's it, guys. I hope you learned something from this video. Thanks for watching.